We need to talk football, and for that we go inside out with our NFL insider Ralph Vacchiano. And Ralph, C.J. Mosley not short on confidence at all before the Jets game Saturday night. And as you just heard, not short on confidence after it either. We certainly didn't hear much of this the last 2 years. So how much of this bravado do you think is due to Robert Saleh's influence with the Jets?
Oh, I'm sure it has a lot to do with it. Robert Saleh is very energetic, and he's got a quiet confidence publicly, but behind the scenes, he's clearly letting these Jets know that, they're probably better than a lot of people think they are, especially on defense. And honestly, I see the same things that C.J. Mosley does. I'm not as confident as he is, but, they've upgraded their personnel. They've got a lot of guys on the front four that can get after the quarterback, which they haven't had in a long time. A scheme that has been proven to put pressure on the quarterback. So, I think there's reason to be confident, and I think they're probably a better defense than what the Jets showed last year. But, Jets fans have heard all that before. So before you bury same old Jets, let's, maybe they go out and prove that they're not the same old Jets first.
All right, Ralph, now to the Giants. And Joe Judge held a conference call with reporters Sunday and discussed Saquon Barkley. What did he have to say regarding the plans for the running back this week?
Yeah, not a whole lot on details. He did say that he was happy with the way that Saquon Barkley came through last week. He likes their plan. They basically had 2 days where they worked him in, mostly working on the side, but a little bit in some of the drills, some of the individual drills, and then they backed him off on the third day. He wants to continue to do that. It's going to be a little dicey over the next 8 days or so, because first they go to Cleveland for joint practices with the Browns, and they have a preseason game, and then they go to New England for joint practices with the Patriots. And Joe Judge did say that it's pretty unlikely you'll see Saquon Barkley in team drills against another team anytime soon, but I think you'll see a subtle increase in his workload. They're going to keep pushing him a little bit at a time with the hope that he can be ready by opening day. But, so far, obviously, nobody's putting that timetable on him.
Obviously, any increase is a positive sign for Saquon Barkley. Now, what do you expect personnel-wise for the Giants in the next preseason game next week against the Browns?
Boy, since I have to watch it, I sure hope they're going to play a few more starters than they did in the last game, because that was tough to watch against the Jets. I think Joe Judge, now with 3 preseason games instead of 4, he's jumbled everything a little bit. Obviously, he treated the Saturday night game like the 4th preseason game where he didn't play most of his starters. I do think in Cleveland, you're going to see him play all of his starters, at least all the healthy ones, at least a little bit. I would imagine probably about a quarter, a little more than that. Anybody with any kind of an injury, left guard Shane Lemieux with his knee, Kenny Golladay with his hamstring, obviously Saquon, maybe Kadarius Toney as well. Anybody with an injury probably won't play because the health is the most important thing. But if they're a healthy body, I think you'll have them on the field at least for the first quarter against the Browns.
Maybe, Ralph, Joe Judge will call you and say, Ralph, who do you want me to play to make it interesting for you since you have to watch the game? Wouldn't that work out great for you?
If everybody would listen to me, life would be a lot better.
Yeah, well, let's just try that at home first and then the NFL. Ralph Vacchiano, thanks for joining us here on Geico Sports Night.
My pleasure.